Hey there, everybody. I'm Jeff Polier with Green Bay Press-Gazette, here with Tony Oshis from the Libertine and Proof to talk about what I kind of think could be the most Wisconsin drink ever made. Maybe ever is a strong term, but it's got a little bit of everything that I think Wisconsinites love in their meals and their beverages. But Tony, where did the idea for this the bacon-washed old-fashioned come from?
So fat-washing spirits in general has kind of been on the scene for a few years now in larger markets. So we really wanted to work with that sort of technique of fat-washing a spirit. We tried it in the very beginning of Libertine, so almost 5 years ago.
Wow. And
we were just taking baby steps at that point to get to where we are now in terms of the techniques that we use and how maybe nerdy the cocktails get. So we want to try that technique again. And with the restaurant now, we're trying to figure out how we can utilize what some restaurants may deem as scraps or something to throw away to sort of make a use out of that. And this is one of the uses we came up with for the bacon fat that normally we'd just throw it away and be done with it.
Ooh, very nice. So bacon fat, there is this a whiskey or a brandy old-fashioned?
So we do bourbon. We feel that the bacon fat mixes a little bit better with a whiskey than it would a brandy in terms of flavor profile.
Sure.
Bourbon's hot, and the flavor profiles really meld well on top of that. So we decided to go with that. We didn't want to go with a rye or a scotch. Especially with scotch, it's already got inherent smokiness to it, so we chose to go with bourbon as our spirit of choice.
All right, so take us through how you make a bacon-washed old-fashioned here.
Absolutely. So we do a classic style. We don't do this Wisconsin style. That's the brandy old-fashioned sweeter sour. And classic is going to be a few ounces of our base spirit. We actually do a house bitters. That's an apple bourbon bitters we make right here. And then we're going to use some maple syrup that we get from Wagner Farms up in the UP. So to start, we're going to just use a swath of just the peel of an orange, and that's going to extract all the oils out of it. We don't want any juice or anything like that. So we're just going to press fairly firmly on the entire peel. It's going to squeeze all those beautiful oils out into the glass. It's got great aroma to it. From there, we're going to use 4 dashes of our house bitters. We're going to use a little bit of our maple syrup. We use about a 1/4 ounce here. You can sweeten it up to about a half if you'd like. It really depends on you. And then from there, we're going to do 2 ounces of our fat wash bourbon. We always measure everything out for consistency as well as balance.
A good cocktail is a precise thing in that way.
Absolutely. Acidity can change from batch of lemon juice to lemon juice, so we always try to straw test our cocktails as well as measure everything out. And then from there, we do our hand-cut ice cubes. We use big blocks, and then we cut them down with a few different tools we have in-house. And then from there, we're going to stir it for about 20 seconds, and that's going to add chill as well as dilution. We want a little bit of that water in. It's going to tame the heat from the alcohol, bring down that alcohol content, as well
soften the bourbon a little bit.
Absolutely, it's going to bring out some flavors. And then from there, we would serve it to our guest.
Very nice. Well, this is the bacon-washed old-fashioned. Very clearly, as you said, a very different take on the old-fashioned from a typical Wisconsinite one, but still one nonetheless with your bitters, your bourbon, a little bit of extra flavoring. So if you're looking for the most Wisconsin drink ever, I dare you to try this. Oh, so good.
Thank you.
Very nice. Just very complex, with a nice sweetness, but also a nice sharpness from the bourbon, and overall, very smooth drink.
Thank you very much.
All righty. Well, thank you. And so this is how you make a bacon-washed old-fashioned.